Okay, a lift of mass 700 kilograms is raised and lowered by means of a cable attached at its top. If one person of mass 80 kilograms enters the lift to go to the top floor of the building, determine the initial acceleration of the lift if the tension in the cable is 10,000 newtons. So what we're going to do here is just imagine, a lift situation, so we can just draw it looking at it sort of like through a wall, I guess. It's like a box, okay? And it's got this cable, it says here, which raises and lowers it. And it says in this case that the tension in the cable is 10,000 newtons. Of course, we've got the weight of this lift. Now, the weight of the lift is, obviously we need to consider the mass. So the mass of the lift is 700, but there's a person obviously inside as well, yeah? Okay, so that will add to the mass. So we'll have 700 and then add 80, yeah? So remember then, for the weight, it's the mass times the value of gravity, okay? Times 9.8. And it's going upwards, and it's going up to the top floor, it says, okay? And we need to work out what that initial acceleration is there, okay, when the tension in the cable is 10,000. So if I apply Newton's second law in the direction of motion, okay, so it's always in the direction of motion, so we know it's going up, we've got that acceleration pointing upwards, so the resultant force then, Newton's second law, is equal to the mass times the acceleration. So the resultant force, well, we know this has got to be a bigger force, yeah? The force in that cable has got to be higher than the force, than the weight of this lift in order for it to lift. So 10,000 in the cable pulling upwards, it's literally what the cable is doing. It's pulling that lift upwards on some sort of pulley system, but it will be pulling it up, but it's got this weight resisting it, so that would be 780, wouldn't it? G equals then the mass. Remember, the mass will be the combined lift and the person, so again that's 780 kilograms times then the acceleration. So we'll have 10,000 take away 780 times 9.8 for G equals to 780 times A. So all we need to do then is work that out and divide by 780, yeah? So if I do 10,000 on my calculator, take away 780 times 9.8, I get there 2356 equals to 780A. So if I divide by 780, I will get then my acceleration. Which is just a little over 3. It's 3.02 meters per second squared.